up, guys? Sexy Chocolate 21 here, and I am back with another YouTube video. And as you guys can see, I am wearing my reindeer pajamas. Like, the hood, the shoes, the whole ensemble. Why? Because my mom bought it for me last year, and I wore it on Christmas, and now I'm gonna wear it until Christmas. Which, by the way, we have 9 more days left. 9 more days left. So, I hope you all are ready. I hope you all got your Christmas shopping out the way. And if you didn't, you might want to roll into them stores now and start getting your Christmas dinner and your Christmas gift shopping done now. Because the reality is, once it's done and over with, it's done and over with, and there's nothing else you can do. Literally, like, there's nothing else that you can do. Anyway, back to this video. So this video is all going to be about, this video is about 16 different key tips you need to going into fashion, in the field of fashion, whichever part. Alright, and I guess I can say we're starting off with the first one, which would be, fashion, which field you want to be in, and then we're going to go down a list. And there are like 16 different things you need. And I will explain and try to explain in good detail and depth. So without further ado, let's jump into it. And I have my trusty book here. Don't y'all like it? It's that nice light blue. I love pink, but blue is the offset of my life. It is my love. Okay. So what are the key things you need when going into the field of fashion? Here's some 16 tips. First and foremost, what field of fashion are you going for? So this is important, and this was important to learn for me too. I wanted to go to school. At first, I didn't know what I wanted to go to school for. There is a video drop, 2 videos dropped for it. Right, if you want to see it, it's like a part 2 and part 1. So Vlogmas Day 14 and Vlogmas Day 15 are like what inspired me and all that type of stuff. So go check them videos out. And then come watch this video afterwards. But anyway, what field do you want to study is very important, because when you're going into fashion, when you go to college, they tell you have enough time in the world to pick and choose what you want to do. So the reality is you gotta know what field you want to do. For me, technically, it was technically fashion. And I had a reason why I wanted to do it, and I won't explain that in the last video, you'll see it. Yeah. And I had a reason why, and I chose my field. So I guess I can start you off with the basic one. So the all around the world known one is fashion design. Fashion design is basically where you sketch, draw, or if you can cut out silhouettes on your own without drawing and sketching, or if you can envision it in your head. And basically is where you design clothes for a range of models, or a range of average everyday people. So, you know, like plus size or average size people, average size women or men. And same thing goes with for kids. You know, they have a section where you can design clothes for kids or toddlers or children. Whichever one you want to choose, and you can go from children to adults to teenagers to, I guess, if you want to decide, middle-aged people. So yeah, so it ranges from a variety of sizes. So that's fashion design. And also in fashion design, you need a sketchbook, you need inspiration, and you need a lot of other things. But I'll go on to detail of that on the next couple of questions. The next field would be fashion photography. Now, photography, you take pictures, you know, and you like post them up online, or you post them in a book or a magazine, and you're just like taking pictures of fashionable items or fashionable clothing. That's basically what fashion photography is. The next one is fashion writing and editing. Now for this, you're basically writing essays or writing articles or writing a book about what is fashion to you or not to you, but like places that you've been at where there have been like fashion shows or fashionable events, and you write it all down in your notebook, and then you bring it back to your computer, and you start writing and editing what was your thoughts and intake on it. And I guess what house of fashion was the biggest of them all of the evening, or the biggest of them all of the year, stuff like that. Fashion. The next field would be fashion merchandising. Fashion merchandising Merchandising is basically you're selling things that are fashionable. So from jewelry, clothes, shoes, jackets, t-shirts, pants, anything that's fashionable. So that's what a fashion merchandiser does. They sell things to the public that they believe will bring in cash, or not just cash, or bring in bucks to the fashion industry. And they do it with a lot of great passion. And I guess you need to take a couple business courses in order to do that. So, but more on that later. And that's fashion merchandising. Now, the next one would be a fashion stylist. Fashion stylist is basically someone who comes in and chooses your garments for you, or they chooses garments that they think of the season of the year that is mostly popular and that what people would want to wear out in public or out to events or out to parties, etc. That's what a fashion stylist is. A person who comes in and basically goes through your wardrobe and goes through it in a, I guess you want to say, a dapper or positive way, and they pick and choose what is in, what is out, and what is not right to wear and what is good to wear. More like that. And the next thing would be a fashion makeup stylist, fashion makeup artist. That is basically someone who comes in and does your makeup for you, but in a, I guess, a fashionable way. I'm not a makeup artist, so I don't know. But I do know a fashion makeup artist is basically, depending on what person's collection is or what person's aesthetic or what a model is supposed to look like, that's what they choose, and that's the makeup and colors they choose. And that's what, I guess, like if they wanted an earthy vibe for a collection, then you would get like some greens or some nice nudes or natural vibes going to the face, face, and you basically see their work done on either face or maybe some nails. I don't know. I'm not a makeup stylist, so that's what a makeup stylist is. They come in and they work on the model to fit your garments. Put it like that, yeah. To do makeup for the artist, to make up for the designer they use for the artist. I mean, they do makeup for the designer, they artist it for the collection. Simple like that. That was not simple. Honestly. The next thing in the field of fashion would be a vlogger. Now, a fashion blogger is basically someone who goes to stores and buys like garments, accessories, jewelry, earrings, phone cases, anything like that. And they basically give their review or opinion on it. Like, I could say I went to Walmart, brought me a couple clothing or pants items and clothing or jackets, and I give a review on it. Which, by the way, Walmart has some nice comfortable pants on sale, I believe. Or not on sale, but half price. Y'all might want to go check that out. But yeah. So yeah. A vlogger is basically someone who goes to stores buying clothes and then trying them on and then reviewing them and putting it on YouTube. That's basically a vlogger or a videoer. Fashion video blogger, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but anyway, that's the fields. That's the, I think I said 6. That's the 6 different fields that are, or maybe 7, because I did not plan on adding the makeup artist in there at all. So yeah. Anyway, so that are the fields. The next thing would be, and we are going to do this list, target market. What is your target market? Now, in the field of fashion design, your target market would be taking a class of, well, I think this would be for all of them. Doesn't matter if you were in editing or editing or designing or photography or anything beyond what I said before. You basically have to pick a class, and I think this goes for anyone. So pick a class would be like middle class. Are you familiar with people who are in the middle class area? Upper class are people who have luxury but still need to do a 9 to 5 to get their money. Luxury class, basically people who are up in luxury and are like doctors, lawyers, businessmen, CEOs, managers, all that. Lower class are people who only can afford a certain amount of things on a budget, and they basically would shop at like maybe Goodwill or not Macy's, but maybe like Family Forman Mills and DD's outlet, DD's discount. Basically, people who are in the lower middle class, lower poor class. That's who the people shop there. Middle class are people who basically shop at Macy's, Marshalls, Rainbow Shops. DD's discount is also in there too, and sometimes Farmer Mills, and then what's another store? Sears, and then there's like Torrid and all that type of stuff. And then if you go up one more, upper class is people who go shopping at like Gucci, designer bags, and all that type of stuff. Gucci, Chanel, what's another powerhouse? Versace, and then luxury classes are the same thing. Upper class is like, well, if you were still working at 9 to 5 from the upper middle class, then you would basically still be shopping at Macy's and Walmart somewhere. So luxury classes like Gucci, Versace, and everything. So basically, in the 3 different fields, those are like, what are your target markets? Luxury is upper class. Upper middle class is basically people who still work 9 to 5 but still can afford some luxuries like a Louis Vuitton belt here and there, or a Gucci belt here and there, or a Gucci bag here and there, or a Michael Kors bag here and there. And then lower to middle class is basically people who shop at Walmart, sometimes Goodwill, and then sometimes Marshalls and DD's, these and other places. And then lower class are people who can only afford to shop at between Goodwill, Farmer Mills, and then another range of places would be like DD's discount, Walmart, and then there's another couple more places I'm probably not mentioning. Marshalls, Kmart, or what's another one? There is another one. BJ's. I don't know if that's still out, but yeah. People who basically can shop in those range. Or JCPenney's. Put it like that. People who can only shop in places that are not too expensive and but it isn't hard to afford. That's lower class. So yeah, those are the classes from luxury to lower class. So that's what target market is. Also, target market can also mean, like I said earlier with the sizes, like I said earlier with picking a field and designing, you have to pick a group you want to do. Like I'm going for fashion, full-figured women. There are people who are going for average size models, and there are people who are going for male models, and there are also people going for female models and children models. So you have to pick a field, which, well, technically with designers, they normally choose a field that is more out there. Like there are fields, designers go from children to older people in a minute, so I'm quite sure it doesn't necessarily have to be a target market, but if it was, you would probably have to pick like a designated market of people you would want to go for. So women, men, sizes, average, plus size, children, teenagers, young, old, all that. So yeah. The next thing is, do you have the skills needed for fashion design? Now, I can tell you now, you don't necessarily have to answer this question on site, or you don't necessarily have to go in and be like, yeah, I have all the skills in the world. That's not true. When I was going to school, I did not have no skills in sewing. In like 2013, 2012, I finally got my first sewing machine, and I didn't learn how to sew until I finally got into my field. Well, which, by the way, I'm going to pause it for a minute. Okay, back. So basically, in the field, you need certain skills. You need to learn how to work a sewing machine. And if you're going for designing, you need to learn how to work a camera. If you're going to go in for photography, you need to know how to write essays and write entries and all that type of stuff. If you're going to go in for writing and editing. For makeup designing, you need to learn how to work on a human's face, and it needs to come out neat and perfect. And for, what was the next one? Stylish, you need to know your coordination and your style technique on point, and always know who's your market and what your sizing is. Same thing with designing, you need to learn the sizing and measurements as well. And for what was the last one? Blogger, you need to know your people and who you're shooting eyes at. So let's see. So when I went to school, which, like I said, in 2013, I learned how to sew, and I learned how to do mostly everything on my own from looking up on YouTube. But by the time I got to college, I learned some new tricks, new traits, and therefore I was able to bring them home and study with me. So, like the first part, for fashion design, you take a sewing class for part one, and that's basics. For part two, you work on your second clothing line, and that's basically your own personal clothing line that you thought of. But it has to be chosen by the school, well, the silhouettes do. So, whatever silhouette they choose for you, that's the silhouette you have to make and design. Alright, but the layouts and designing process are your own. For photography, editing, writing, vlogmas, and makeup lists, I don't really know what you truly need, but you probably need, like I said, for makeup stylist, you need to learn how to work on a human's face and to bring out the colors and bring out it all together perfectly, neatly, and executed properly. For a photographer, you need the same thing. I guess be able to learn how to shoot, take pictures from a distance, and get close-up ranges, and then snapshots with glare and what not need a flash or anything like that. For a blogger, I don't know if you can go to school for blogging. I think someone just decided, okay, I'm gonna blog this online, and this is where it was gonna be. For a writing and editor, you need to learn how to write and type in essays. So for like, I guess if you were heading and writing something, you need to know how to type and write from ink to computer to making proper punctuations, all that type of stuff. And for a stylist, I guess you truly need to know your coordination for seasons and years and events and parties. You need to know what to wear to them special kind of events. So I guess that's what the skills you needed for any other thing. But this is off me going off my mindset compared to what I've learned. I was being choked to death by this damn collar. I will admit that. The next thing you need is inspiration. So let's see. I'm gonna just keep this here. For inspiration, for fashion design is simple. It only takes like minor things to get you inspired. You can be like me. I took like flowers to be inspired, the earth to be inspiring, food. For fashion design, it takes only minor things, and then you create a mood board, and then you're able to progress from on and on like that. For, I guess, any other thing, to get you inspired to work in photography, writing and editing, makeup styling, makeuping, that's not even a word, I don't think. And then there is styling and vlogging. I guess it just takes the drive to get you inspired. Or if you're like me, you have to go take pictures and create a mood board to get inspired by something. Like now, I have a sunset mood board that I'm working on for a collection, and I'm gonna work on it throughout the winter, so I can share it in the summer and spring. So you're technically taking what's around you and getting inspired, and I guess you need that for every field you're going in. And merchandising, I forgot that. And these last ones, so for everything I just said before, you need that for merchandising as well. And you also need to have a business license in order to sell, or an experience in working in a business that's required in fashion to sell and help people. So yeah, whatever you're inspired by to do, you basically just do it, and you do it. Yeah. But motivation. Now this is like inspiration, but motivation is different. You gotta want it. Motivation is like a power booster. Almost like if I was to sit here and drink an energy drink and be like, I'm ready. I'm going for it. I'm about to go get up and do it now. I cannot wait. I cannot go to sleep. It's got to be done to now and now and now. And reality is, there are some moments where I've had I can tell you now, creating certain garments, I stayed up all night and not get no sleep till the next day. Actually, I never went to sleep. Once I got done, it was time to go. So this is basically, you gotta have that drive. If you don't need sleep, you don't eat, and you don't get no rest, and you have to go out the door afterwards. That's motivation, dedication, hard work, and enslavement to your body and to yourself. This collar is fucking choking me. Give me. I had to take this off. That's how determination is. Like this damn collar. And then you guess you need that for each one. So motivation should be the enforcement of your inspiration and the drive you need to work in this field. The next thing you need is a boss mentality. What the hell does that mean? I don't even think mentality would be added to this, but anyway. Boss mentality means you want that money, you want to go get her, you're in charge, and you have that grit and that strong firmness that requires to run a business, run a fashion design house, run a makeup styling industry, run anything. Basically, you need all that to become who you are. You need to be able to put that in front first before anything else in order to get paid and to do what you want to do in life and show that you are in charge. Because if you're weak and shy and fragile, which is nothing wrong with that, because at some point, eventually, the boss mentality will kick in and you will feel the drive to like curse someone out and be like, I'm in control here. No, you cannot. This is my business. You want to talk. Otherwise, go find another place that you can run while standing on the floor. That's how you have to be. You have to be strong, firm, and with no fear. You have to be able to address issues, problems, and situations and come out on top still with all that behind you and in front of you and able to handle it like a boss with no problems. And there are a lot of women who have done that. To name a few, probably like Queen Latifah, Leslie Jones, and let's see, what's another one? Oprah Winfrey. I love her. And Cicely Tyson, I believe. And Maya Angelou. Cannot forget the greatest and latest woman of my life, Maya Angelou. She spoke the truth. So yeah, it takes a boss mentality to run something. I know I may not look like it, but it comes out every now and then. Just food for thought. What is your fashion industry? What is your signature in the fashion industry? So let's talk. My signature would be like like if I was to design a logo, that would be my signature. Sure, my signature would be my logo with my title in front, and then there it is. And then the signature I would probably leave would also be I'm designing for plus size women, so that will also be my signature. A signature is anything that you can leave. So like with let's see. This is my signature. I know it's a Visa print card, but this is my signature. See this? Plus teens. This is my signature. This is telling everybody that this is my logo. I'm designing for plus size women. And this is how I design. And this is how I design. Basically, this is my market I'm designing in. I'm ready, and this is show I am a professional. Not looking like this, no. But if I was to dress appropriately, yes. But anyway, this is what would make my signature. This is my stamp. My signature is what I've done previously before. Like, a collection would be my signature. My market would be my signature. The people I'm designing for would be my signature. This is like another part of my signature, my logo. So that is my signature. In photography and in photography, writing, editing, merchandising, all that, I think we all supposed to have a Visa card. A business card. Basically letting everybody know we are some fresh new designers and new talented people in the fashion industry. And we are here, and we're going to be working in the fashion industry to make life and make everyone feel beautiful and feel inspired and feel pretty and all that in a bag of chips. Basically, you're reassuring them, letting them know that you're here and you can use me as much as you want. So the more you know. The next thing on the list would be, what's the reason you're joining this industry? Like, my reason is to make the plus size community feel more important. It's not like to make money for me. It's the reason to joining is to help. I want to help this community. I want to be a part of it because it doesn't get too much in-depth or insight on it. So what is your reason for doing with the things you're doing? That's basically it. The next thing would be, what do you want people to know you for? Like, I don't want just people to know me for I'm the one who just design for plus size fashion, yada yada yada. No. I want people to know me for I'm a kind person. I work well with people. And in the fashion industry, I work well with designers. I work well with models who have full figure. And I don't have a problem with designing for women who are full figure. Here, I may branch off to men soon, but right now I'm working on women. I want people to know that you want people to know that the way you are as a person works. The way you are as a person can also be seen in your garments and your clothes. Like, you want people to see what you can do and what you know. And they also want to see how well your skills speak as your actions. Like, how well can you put yourself out there in whatever you're doing, whether it's writing, designing, merchandising, photography, makeuping, styling, vlogging. You want people to know that you are who you are, and this is what makes me. That's what you want people to know. The next thing is expression. How well do you express yourself? Hold on a second. Yeah, how do you express yourself? Are you bold mixed with chic? Are you, had to fix the hair. Hair is not decent. Are you bold mixed with chic? Are you loud and obnoxious mixed with fun and flirty? Or are you flirty, just flirty and pretty? Are you, whatever you express in your garments or in your design aesthetic, or fantasy mixed with sci-fi, what are you? Express yourself. Put yourself out there. Let it be known that I am here. I am here to fight. I am here to do, and I am here to show off my skills. Express yourself. Let it be known that you can create things that are extreme, crazy, fun, flirty, fantasy, out of life experiences. I don't know. However else you can express yourself, express. There's nothing better, because like I said, and basically in fashion, you're just basically in fashion fields, they're just art with different ways of expressing it. And that's what it needs there, expression. What do you want to express? Express yourself. That's basically what it is. Express yourself hard and express yourself good. And express yourself as many times as you can and as you want. No one can tell you that otherwise. Remember that. Okay, so number 11 is basically like a book of books of what you need to study fashion. So when you're going to study fashion, I can say most likely I'll tell you what the things you need for the other ones, and then I'll go into fashion design. So skip design. What you're probably gonna need for fashion merchandising is, I guess, a book. Let's see. Okay, so I guess for any last fashion market field or fashion field, you're all gonna probably have to take this class. The Dynamics of Fashion, a Global Marketplace. Hey, this is the 4th edition because when I went here, this is what edition we were using. Basically, for this field and in designing as well, you're going to need to learn the basics of how to work in a global marketplace, and fashion is a global marketplace. And in order to sell, buy, or in this case design, or makeup, or anything like that, photography, merchandising, you're going to need to be able to learn about the global marketplace. So that's one book that will probably be needed universally, so for every last field. So for different parts, let's see. For photography, you're probably gonna need a camera, probably books on how to take pictures from different parts of vision. You're probably gonna learn on actual people how to take pictures from close range to different range. So you're probably gonna mostly need a camera and probably some notebooks to take down some key notes. I'm quite sure in photography you don't just sit around all day taking pictures. Even though it is hands-on hands, you have to probably learn some writing prompts first before you can literally go up and be like, click, click. For makeup styling, then you're probably going to need, of course, a makeup palette. And you're probably going to need to learn how to do the simple basics. What colors or primers to apply on a person. What natural colors fit well with this skin tone. What skin tone looks beautiful when with this color. What lipstick looks nice with this. What season makes this color pop. You basically gonna need to learn the key essentials. And then you're all gonna need the Global Marketplace book. And then for styling and vlogging, you're basically gonna need the same thing. And you're probably gonna need the Global Marketplace book as well. And then also you're gonna probably need to be able to pick out garments from either your closet or the designer closet or whoever you're styling for, and show what is possible to wear in this color, what is good to wear in this season, what is good to wear in other seasons, and what is good to wear in the next events and all that type of stuff. So you're probably going to need to be able to work around of going in your own closet and styling out your own clothes. They're probably going to actually make you go in your own closet and be like, what look looks best in the winter. So pick out 3 key things you probably need for winter, and we'll grade you on it. So that's probably how you're going to work. For merchandising, you're probably just going to need the basic skill set of learning how to manage a business, run a business, and learn how to sell things. And you're also going to have to learn how to stand up with people. So you're probably going to have to learn some key people skills before you can start selling. And yeah, I said all that. Merchandising, and for writing, you're probably going to need to learn, of course, how to write, how to sell, how to do anything. Hold on. And for writing and editing, you're basically going to need to learn how to write. You're probably going to have to buy a book and an empty page notebook, so like a lineless book, and you're probably going to have to write out like how to write, like telling stories and all that type of stuff. So basically, you're probably going to have to go travel places, take pictures. You're probably going to need a camera. You're probably going to need or probably look at some magazines, and you're probably going to have to study and look at what it takes to be the writer and what designers do, so off field and off that type of stuff. So you're basically going to have to learn how to, for fashion writing, you're probably going to have to go different places and write what this event and what's this fashion season all about. That's first and foremost. And now we get into design. And it is a lot of books. So where do I begin? Well, like I said before, you're going to need the Global Marketplace book. This is probably required for every last class. Then, hold on. Before I show you this, in order to go study, and I should have said this earlier, for fashion design, you have to take a lot of classes. Writing, you have to take an essay class, 2 essay classes. You have to take a math class. You have to take a lot of classes that require different books. I had to take Intro to Fashion Textiles. You have to basically take this in order to do textiles. This is my textile book. So you're going to basically have to know what are your key textiles when designing for the public. This is just info. See. Key textile note. Sorry for the poor handwriting. This was a devastating blow. No, if you ever have a textile class and your your professor leaves in the middle of the ending of the semester, I bet you will be mad. You will be mad. So you need an intro to textiles book. Then you need to take a history of custom design costumes class in order to understand what was it like to wear, like, I guess, old-fashioned garments and clothing from way back then. Way back then. So you're basically just learning what it was like to wear certain garments from back then. Then you need to take, like, basic art classes. So, like, reading question classes. So, like, I had to take 20th century art, like American, like, you have to take, like, if you had to go to, like, an art museum or gallery, you have to, like, learn what it took to, like, do art. Or, like, what it was like to be familiarized with art. So like I said, you had to go visit an art gallery. This was for my history of art, and I guess it was for Art 120. And then for this one, you had to take an art class as well. So basically, you had to go to different places to visit frequent art galleries and all that type of stuff. And to really get into the field of fashion, I guess you had to understand ancient history of art and all that type of stuff, and how art was developed and everything. To be technical. And if you saw Vlogmas Day 14, you had to take a life drawing class where they basically teach you the key balances of drawing people in real life. And then after that, it's just going into your field. So, like, well, the intros of textiles and then the global marketplace, they're like the leading ups to my field. I was already there, so all the other classes I said before that, they were before I got to them. And then afterwards, you take a sewing class. This teaches you hand-to-hand, or let's say skills how to sew with a sewing machine, how to sew professional garments. There is a measuring board. This teaches you how to do a welt seam, like it says. Yeah, so this is what this is. Hold on. You need this book. This shows you how to couture and, like, if you want to be properly proportioned, or and if you want to be correct or neat or fancy, if you want to be good with your garments, this is like a couture book. This shows you how to couture. Basically draping and all that type of stuff. Gowns, all that. Which I can't wait to use. I'm actually excited to use. I might use this at some point. I might use this in my collection. This looks like it should not be passed up to use. You'll also need an inspiration book. Why? Because when you're in fashion design, you have to be able to be inspired to do stuff. See? And I got a whole section full of plus size. This is what in depth inspires me. And then these are some of the other things. Michael Jackson in this beat. That's another set of books you need. And then finally, the class you will also need to take when it's all over and done. How to draw fashion sketchbook. Basically, you are taking the introduction on how to draw figurines from scratch, or using a Yorkie. This book is beautiful. When I brought it, it was beautiful. It basically teaches you the key steps on drawing figurines front and back, getting their proportions right with body length and everything like that. and gives you in-depth of what people look like in garments. It gives you actual book here, page here to draw, but you would just basically get a separate sheet and do that. You wouldn't write in your book. Oh, last book, and I'll just stretch over here for this one. My fashion professor told me that everyone should get this book, and it is beautiful. This is for people who don't like to write or need a better understanding, or basically, let's put it like this, need a visualized view of what fashion is. Please get this. This is what all young designers or beginner designers need. This is a beautiful book. Beautiful. It shows you everything from pockets. If you were doing grokis, or if you were doing technical flats, they give you in-depth detail of what looks are looks. This is denim, I believe. This is a vest. And they they don't just give you one variety of anything. They give you a mass variety of vests, jackets, dresses, coats, where the seamings are supposed to be, where anything is supposed to be. Basically, this is a guide of surviving fashion school. This is what any fashion field person needs. So in pre-stands for universal, for people who are in the fashion field, this is universal, and the global marketplace book is universal. You're probably going to need these two books to survive and to understand fashion and working in the fashion industry. And I believe I actually gave you all 16 different things, because basically the books were 16 different, the books were the ending. The books were 15, 14, 13, 14, and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The books were each the 16 tips you need to survive. 16 tips you need in the fashion field. So that's basically it. From what I said previously on before to the books, that's what you need to survive when working in the fashion industry. I also need to take this off if I want to survive the damn night. I am slowly dying. Hold on. Much better. Free. The only reason I wear undershirts because when it gets too hot, I can just take this off and be free. And I don't have to worry about anything else. Why do I do this now? Anyway, like I was saying, and previously on before, that's what you need to survive in fashion school. It's not like the fashion field. It's not difficult. So you just need to understand the steps and understand what it takes to be in this fashion industry. And I have seen what it takes to be in this fashion industry. Trust me, my first fashion show was funny. First fashion show, it did not, it was funny, yet it was interesting because it got really thick and heavy with almost beating somebody's behind up quick. Almost. Attitudes were there. Frustration was there. Worrisome and scaredness was there. Everything was there. Fashion is hectic, but it is fun. It is expressionism. It is everything. Beautiful, everything. So, to say the least, this is a fun field to be in. And again, if you guys have any other field that you can claim that is hard, please like and subscribe, and then comment below which field you're working in and what it takes to be in your field. I would love to see that. If you can post a video and let me see. Yeah, I like stuff like that. I'm very interested in seeing what it takes to be in any other field. Let me know. Leave a comment down below. Well, guys, this is the end of the video. Again, it is 9 days before Christmas. I can't believe it's almost here. My nephew gets out on Friday, and I won't have to get up and take him to school no more until afterwards. Yeah, and I will be done with college. So it's a win-win situation. Yay! Anyway, I love you guys. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I am Sexy Chocolate 21. Sorry, boobs. And I think Vlogmas Day 17 will be about body positivity, so please be aware of that. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. This one will probably go up later because it is long. Deuces.